First, we tell the user to claim a domain name. So you can pick, for example, john.self, and then by claiming that unique self domain name for easy access of your seed phrase, we store the zero knowledge phase proof, which is our technology, in the blockchain. So we store it on Arweave. So the encrypted seed phrase is done by two main pieces. One is your face, and the second one is an optional password. So to give you a little more of the background of how this is composed, we utilize your face to encrypt whatever content that you want. So in this case, we call it metadata. We picked a niche for self. So the niche was the ZELF name service. So we can help everyone to self-custody their wallet by using our technology. So the third part is that now that we fully encrypted your seed phrase, we managed to store it in the permaweb. So by doing that, you will never lose access to that little piece. So if you're familiar to zero knowledge proof, you will know that you need that proof in order to compare with the previous value that was encrypted inside. So you prove that you're the owner without telling that you have that content or release that content to the public, right? So you're just proving that you're there. So we added the secret sauce to us is that we added the face to it. So what differentiates us from the competitors is that we don't utilize any centralized server, we don't use databases, and we don't store your biometrics. As you guys know, there's other competitors like WorldCoin that they created something that scans your iris, but they need to store that so they further do comparisons like one-to-one or one-to-n, so they cannot duplicate people in their databases. So we don't do that. So in that case, I'm gonna go ahead with the demonstration. We have an online version. The online version right now is in beta, so people can test it. They can claim their name. You can purchase the name, so you can test the technology. And on the left side, I have the phone that is fully disconnected from the internet. So as you can see, I don't have Wi-Fi. I'm gonna remove it, and I don't have cellular data as well. So by doing that, I'm gonna demonstrate that I can fully encrypt online, and the phone that is disconnected from the internet can decrypt it with no issues at all. So I'm gonna start by picking a name like presentation, example, and or like that. So this name is obviously not picked. I can accept the terms and conditions that all we do is just grab your data, encrypt it, and that's it. We don't use databases. You guys can go to the terms of use if you are curious about it. So the next step is that you can pick either to encrypt it for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or lifetime. These depends on how much you want to spend at the beginning, because imagine this as a license to utilize a technology. We don't restrict you to utilize technology online or offline, but our service comes with a cost, right? So once you decide to either import or create a new wallet, we tell you that your private recovery phrase consists on 12 or 24 words, which is essentially access to your wallet, right? So we tell the users that we don't store their seed phrases, and we have open source repositories, so you can check that we actually don't use any storage at all for any private data. So I'm gonna pick 12, and then I select the password that I want to assign. So for demo purposes, I'm gonna pick an easy one, so as you guys can see, 1, 4, 8. Okay. So I click continue, And then it tells me, okay, the last step, which is the zero knowledge face proof encryption. This one will take your face, and then it will do the final part, right? So I'll click a start. I put my face. It takes a photo. It detects if I'm alive or not. So it does a liveness detection. And at the end, it throws me that brand new 12 words. So these 12 words are fully encrypted on this QR code. So you can download this one. But that's just in case you don't want to utilize the permaweb. But we know that people tend to lose things. That's why we fully link this QR code with this name, and it's stored on Arweave. So after we do this, let's say we come later, like a month later, and we want to decrypt it on the online version, we can still do it after you purchase the domain, right? So I'm gonna now go to the left side. I'm gonna scan that QR code. The first layer was the password, so I'm gonna put 090909. I click continue. Okay. Did I put other password? One sec. Let's demo. I'm just gonna do it again because I don't know if I did an extra zero.
The beauty of live demos, right? But this is awesome, right? You no longer, there's no need for writing your seed phrase down on paper anymore, or the titanium ones are engraved and all that. Now it's all simple QR code. Very cool.
Yeah. I don't know if the Discord is using my camera. Sometimes I protect from that. Let me just check the Discord. Yeah, let me just remove my camera here and reload this. There. Right. Okay. Right. Right. Okay. Then I put my face. Right. Right. Oh, there's my face. That's the belief. There. All right. So these are the 12 words that I created online. And as you guys know, on this side, I didn't have any connection to the internet. So it's fully decrypted. So there's a lot of use cases that you can implement self. In this case, you can have any Android phone or iOS phone fully disconnected from the internet and secure your seed phrase. By doing this, you can replace a hardware wallet to safeguard your seed phrase, right? Or you can just get rid of using the piece of paper and write it down, because anybody can just take that. So that's the whole concept of Self. Right now we're building the wallet for Android and iOS, and we are trying to deploy this as a web extension, or it's like a work in progress. So now, let's say I created this one. I'm gonna approve this by confirming this name. Obviously, this is like a development where I approve that you paid, but let's pretend that we paid for the name. After we paid for it, you guys can see that we created a record on Arweave. The URL is here. We can see the QR code here. And after that is created, we can have a domain as well. So that name is, and then I put self.io. and he created a brand new like little site that shows me my information.
Very cool.
And if you're familiar with gateways, you can put any gateway here, right? This is my gateway. Should render this as well.
Wow, very cool.
And voila, that's it.
DP.
So yeah, guys, that's the whole demo.
Yeah, very cool. It's come a long way. Again, we've been talking about the ZELF name service for a bit now, but yeah, it's amazing how far it's come and how sleek that website looks. DP Shade in the chat has a question. Where's the Arweave address?
Yeah. The Arweave address?
Do you mean the transaction?
Like this one? It's here. So let me go to the website, and you guys can go here to the Save Self-Name Registry. And we created all these items here. I'm going to pick a random one here so you guys can see all the records that's being created. So this is like testing.
Cool.
That's all. And then the image is here. The self-proof is here. It has a password. And then the public address, right?
Nice.
Yeah, that was the question, right?
Actually, the question was, there's Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana. How come no Arweave? That was what he meant by that.
Yeah, we are in development because the creation of the Arweave keys are slightly different.
Yep.
They use a different structure. So we have that on development. We haven't pushed it on production, but that's an easy thing to deploy.
Yeah, very cool. Yeah, wow, that is very cool. So, how many people have registered a ZELF wallet so far? Again?
So we have in these items minus the messages to create the domain. I would say that is approximately 5,000 people have domains already. And so you guys know we have the documentation here about everything that we're building. And we also have an airdrop that we're going to do for all the names that get registered from February 1st to December 1st. So nice. Once you claim a domain right now, you will get instant tokens. And at the end of the year, you will get a percentage of the 10% of all the market cap of ZELF. Yeah.
Nice, very cool. So what is in the future for ZELF?
Well, right now we are trying to get like brand awareness of who we are and why we are building this. We went to El Salvador to the Bitcoin conference, the Plan B. We made a lot of contacts and people were surprised of how this was working offline. We're next going to do a little tour in Latin America, in Bogota, Medellin, Mexico City, Monterrey, which is also in Mexico. And then we're going to go to 2 countries in Asia, and the last stop is going to be the Bitcoin conference in Las Vegas. So right now we are in the process of getting ourselves some funding to continue our development to make a really sleek wallet like Phantom, so the user experience is smooth. So yeah, that's the whole plan. So right now we are on that phase, and then we're collecting through Pixel the seed B at the moment.
Nice, very cool, very exciting times for you guys then. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. If there's anybody in the audience that have questions, I mean, the chat is bumping right now, so please feel free to ask away in the chat if you have questions. I've got a few myself, just from the RIO side, right? How does integrating with RIO really improve the user experience for ZELF wallet users, ZELF name service users? Especially in terms of managing or recovering crypto assets, things like that.
Yeah, so I would say that the Bitcoin maxis, they call it normies, right? So the normies, they need to get involved into crypto, but it's super hard to tell my mom, for example, she's almost 70 years old, and if I tell her create a wallet so I can send you some Bitcoin, she will be like, how? And why do I have to write these 12 words? So we simplify that by saying, I don't know, like mom.self, she goes and access it, and she can either send assets to everyone in an easy way, and their cryptocurrency is not, I would say, it's not compromised, because right now there's a lot of hacks going on because people do backups on the iCloud, or either they save it on a block node or put it in a file or in a screenshot. You know, there's a lot of Chinese apps that you can download, and those apps go through your files because you gave them your permission, like TikTok, and then they can easily have an OCR system that reads from those files and checks a pattern of words in a sequence, and they can just drain your assets, and you don't know what happened or how it happened. So by using our service, you don't have to encounter those issues, because the moment that you create your wallet, we just show you the 12 words in case you want to write them down, but we're gonna have to remove that use case from the people's mind, because it's easy to tell them that it's secure, but it's hard to demonstrate that process is something that they're not used to, right? So when you want to send assets, our process is very simple. You have to put your face again. So we sign the transaction, and then we get rid of the seed phrase. The difference with a lot of the wallets is that they keep the seed phrase always there on the web extension or in the mobile app. So the user experience in general is easier for you to send or visualize a lot of things. But our focus is always on the privacy area, not on making it easier for the user to send an asset, because we want to protect them.
Yeah, very neat. How did you guys end up choosing Arweave for something like this instead of, the usual suspects, Filecoin and the like?
Yeah, well, I've been seeing Filecoin since it was like 2018, 19. But I noticed that a lot of the systems, they have a learning curve when it comes to implementing. Arweave was very simple to implement. So it became our main storage for the zero knowledge phase proof. We use a backup just in case in IPFS, but Arweave, it does its job, so we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, there's no problems with redundancy, that's for sure. And again, you guys are also running a gateway in the RIO network, right? You're using the RNS name system to, again, make those nice little pages, just easy access, right?
Exactly.
You plug it in, simple as, and those names resolve across the entire network. Yeah, love what you guys are doing. Very, very cool, for sure. Wow, amazing stuff. So guys in the chat, if you guys want to follow ZELF, you can follow him at x.com/ZELFofficial. Atticus Archdruid in the chat says, is there a GitHub?
Yes, everything that we have right now is like on GitHub. So we have the self extension, we have the self online version, and we are on the way to upload the Android and iOS. So people can see that once you remove the internet connection, everything happens there. So you have to understand that the online and the offline version works a little differently, because the offline has to download all the models that we have for liveness detection and for the encryption. So it's a little heavy. So we haven't uploaded that on GitHub. It's a little about 1 gigabyte, the whole package. We're trying to reduce the size, but the speed is still really good. Yeah.
Very cool. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. Miguel, any last words? Anything else you want to share with folks? Get them excited, right? Again, you mentioned the airdrop part of this thing. Seems very cool, very excited. I'm actually going to go and set this up myself. I hadn't done it yet, but again, after learning a bit more here in the showcase, I'm very excited about it. Yeah,
the last thing I can just say is that test it out so you can report any issues to us, because we're on the beta stage, right? So we are early on the building the wallet, but the full encryption part, or the core of ZELF, it's done. So we can either give you access so you can test it yourself. So we can give you private keys. If you're a builder, we can give you an API key, so you can build it on your app if you want to encrypt anything related to Arweave or some other content. Or you can become a user as well, get your name and check it out. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I shared the X handle here in the chat. Is there a Discord? Are you down to, communicate with people in our Discord? What's the best way to get in touch with you guys?
Yeah, we have a chat in Telegram and also Discord. So I think all the socials should be on the bottom here.
Beautiful. Yeah, and that website is zelf.world. I'll put that into the chat too if people want to check it out. I know there's some legendary builders in the chat today. I see you, DP Shade. Atticus, of course, helping build out the RNS stuff. But yeah, Miguel, this was super, super informative. And yeah, I'm amazed. I'm very impressed with how far you guys have taken, what we built with RNS. And yeah, really owning your own stack with running a gateway and empowering people to really take control of their keys in a better way than just writing it down on paper. So yeah, this is a huge step forward for the space in general. I'm excited to share this with more people, through these clips and all that. I think it's going to blow a lot of people's minds about what's possible. And yeah, how you're leveraging Arweave is certainly different and definitely special. So very excited about this stuff. I want to thank you for your time, right? This was, again, like I said, really fun. So yeah, thank you for enlightening everybody here with this.
Thank you for listening. And if you have more questions, I'm there to answer them.
Yeah, don't hesitate to reach out in the general chat if you want to ask Miguel some questions after you've seen what we've built here. From the RIO side, of course, the registration site is open. Go claim your RIO or register for your RIO if you haven't yet, airdrop.ar.io. We're going to be at ETH Denver at the end of the month. A lot of fun stuff happening there. And of course, AO is hitting mainnet on Saturday. So 2 days. Exciting times here in the Arweave ecosystem. Miguel, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for sharing ZELF with us. And yeah, I'll see you all on the permaweb. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.